Okay, students, let's get started. So we were working on 2.6 and we did problems till number 7. So today let's work on the rest of the problems. In this one, the customers that are putting the orders in, they are telling the area of the rectangle, which is this. So now we need to figure out what are the sides of the rectangle. So this is how we figure it out. So we do, because there is nothing here, so then we do 1 times 10, which is 10, okay, and then this is 11. So you make the cross and you put 11 here and 10 here, okay. So now you find out the two factors of 10 that will, if you add them, you get 11. So if we think about, then we do 10 times 1, and 10 times 1 will give you 10, and then 10 plus 1 will give you 11. So that will make sense. So the two factors of 10 are 10 and 1. So if you are multiplying, you get 10. If you are adding them, you get 11. Okay. So then now we know that this is, so this is our x squared, this is our 10. Now this 11x we are splitting as 10x and 1x. So let's put 10x here and 1x here. So now when you are figuring out the sides, so this will be x and this will be x also, because x times x gives you x squared. And if this is x, then this has to be 10. Why? Because 10 times x will give you 10x. Now here, if this is x, this has to be 1, because 1 times x will give you x, and then 1 times 10 will give you 10. Okay. So the area of this in terms of the sides will be x plus 1, which is this side, and x plus 10, which is this side. Okay. So this is how you do it. Let's do next one. And in that, again, the customer put the quilt, the rectangular quilt area as x squared plus 7x plus 10. Now it's our job to figure out what sides the customer wants for the rectangle. So again, for that, this 7 we put here, and then there is nothing here, so it's 1. 1 times 10 is 10. Okay. Now we need to figure out two factors of 10 that will go here and here. So if you multiply them, you get 10, and if you add them, you get 7. So if we do 10 times 1, then 10 and 1 gives you 11, but you need to get 7. So we continue. Now if we do 2 times 5, 2 times 5 is 10, and 2 plus 5 is 7. So there we go. We have 2 and 5. These are the factors. So we will split our 7x as 2x and 5x when we are making the box. So we will put x squared, the 10 goes here, and then the 7x you split as 2x and 5x. So 2x and 5x. Now we figure out the sides. So this will go x and x, because x times x is x squared. If this is 2x and this is x, then this has to be 2 because 2 times x gives you 2x. And now if this is 5x and this is x, then this has to be 5. And let's check, 5 times 2 gives you 10. So the sides will be x plus 5 and x plus 2. Okay, let's do next one. So again, this 9 will go here, 8 will go here. You are finding out two factors of 8, that if you multiply you get 8, if you add you get 9. So again, if you think about it, 8 times 1 gives you 8 and 8 plus 1 gives you 9. So the factors are 8 and 1. So now you make the box. So this is your x squared, this is your 8. These two you will split your 9x as 8x and 1x, so 8x and 1x. So then this will be x and x because x times x gives you x squared. Then 8x, if this is x, this has to be 8 because 8 times x is 8x. If this is x, then this has to be 1. 1 times 8 is 8. So these are our two sides. So ax will be x plus 8 and x plus 1. Okay. Next one. Then in this one, again, you put 8 here. 12 times 1 is 12, so 12 will go here. Now, if you multiply the two factors of 12, you should get 12. If you add the two factors of 12, you should be getting 8. So let's find out. If we do 4 times 3 that is 12, but 4 plus 3 is 7, not 8. So this one will not work. If we do 6 times 2, so 6 times 2 is 12, 6 plus 2 is 8, so we will use this one. So 6 and 2. Now let's make our box. So this is our x squared, this is our 12. 8x we will split as 6x and 2x, so 6x and 2x. So this is x and x because together they will give you x squared. If this is x, this has to be 6, and if this is x, this has to be 2 because 2 times x gives you 2x. Now 2 times 6 is 12 and you have 12. So the sides product will be x plus 6 and x plus 2. Okay, let's do next one. So again, this top number is 7, bottom number is 12 times 1, so 12. So we are figuring out two factors of 12 that will give us 7. We just talked about it here. So they are 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12 and 4 plus 3 is 7. So 4 and 3. So we will be making our box. So this is x squared, this is 12, and then 7x we split as 4x and 3x, so this will be x and x. If this is x then this has to be 3 because together if you do 3 times x gives you 3x. This will be 4 because 4 times x gives you 4x. 3 times 4 is 12, which you have. So our area in terms of product of the sides will be x plus 4 and x plus 3. Okay, this is how we do it. Now, this is asking what relationship or patterns that you noticed when you find the sides of the rectangles for a given area. So, what we figured out, if we multiply the sides of the rectangle, we get the area. And also, what we figured out is the factors of the last term or the constant term, they add up to the middle term. Because that's what we figured out, is we did 12 and then we figured out its factors are 4 and 3. If you add them, you get the middle term, which is 7. So that's what we wrote down here. Okay, now let's do the next one. So then the next one is the customer called and asked for the rectangle with area x square plus 7x plus 9. The customer service representative said that it's not possible. So what do you think? Do we agree or disagree? Can we make the rectangle with the given area that the customer gave us? So let's find out. If we put 7 here and 9 here, now we need to find out 2 factors of 9 that add up to 7. So if we do 9 times 1, we get 9, but 9 plus 1 is 10, not 7. If we do 3 times 3, that will give you 9, but 3 plus 3 will be 6. So it's not possible. So we will write down, there are no 2 factors of 9 that add up to 7. So it's not possible. So the customer service is correct. It is not possible. We cannot do it. Okay. Let's do next one. And in this one, the customer called and asked for the rectangle with the given areas. But in this one, the thing is, it's not just x squared, it's 2 times. So 2x squared and 3x squared. So we will be figuring this out together. So let's do it. Okay. So in this one, again, the rule remains the same. 13 will go on top And earlier we used to do what, there was 1 here, so we used to do 1 times 15. Now it's 2, so we will do 2 times 15, which is 30. Okay. So again, whatever is the number here, whatever is the coefficient of x squared, you multiply that with your constant. So 2 times 15 goes here, so 30. Now we figure out 2 factors of 30 that add up to 13. So let's figure this out. If we do 30 times 1 gives you 31, so it won't work. If we do 6 times 5, which is 30, but 6 plus 5 will be 11, so this will not work. If we do 10 times 3 will give you 30, and 10 plus 3 gives you 13. So this is the one that we will be using. So 10 and 3. Now let's make our box. So here we have, this time we have 2x squared, okay. This 15 goes here, and then you split your 13x as 10x and 3x. So let's put 3x here, 10x here. It doesn't matter, you can put 10x here and 3x here. So then here the only thing we can take common is x. So x times 2x gives you 2x squared, okay. Then if this is 2x, then the number that we will be multiplying to 2x is 5 to give us 10x. So we will say 5, because 5 times 2x gives you 10x. And then if this is x, then this has to be 3. And then it makes sense because 5 times 3 gives you 15, which you already have. So the area in terms of sides will be x plus 5 times 2x plus 3. Okay, let's do this one. And in this one, again, this number goes here, so 22 will go here. And then 3 times 7 gives you 21, so 21 will go here. So now you are looking for 2 factors of 21 that gives, if you add them, you get 22. This is easy because 21 times 1 is 21. 21 plus 1 is 22. So 21 and 1. So now let's put it together. So 3x squared will go here, okay. Then let's put this, let's put this 7 here first. 22x you split as 21x and 1x. So let's put 21x here and 1x here. Now, if we figure this out, so we'll be getting, one will get 3x and one will get x. So let's put x here, 3x here, because 3x times x gives you 3x squared. If this is 3x, 3x times what will give you 21x? So which is 7, because 7 times 3 is 21. So this will be 7. And then if this is x, then this has to be 1. And then 1 times 7 is 7. So it's making sense. So it will be 3x plus 1 and x plus 7. Okay, so this is how we do it. I will show you some homework problems too, so that you can work on them. Okay.